Do. Hey, what's up, guys? All right, let's take a look at what happened here today. Looks like we made some money on our micro S&P trade. That worked out very well. We scaled out of the position, and I want to show you something here. Do you see how we still have this buy limit order in here? That's because the trade ended during the night. And this is what you have to be careful of, because this is still active. Okay, this order is still active. So let's turn that off. And you just have to realize that on TradingView, if you scale out of a position and you go to sleep and the trade stops out, that other order will still be out there. So you just be careful with that. And that's why on NinjaTrader, it's a little bit more advanced on NinjaTrader, where you could say, okay, if this order gets stopped out, then cancel the other order. It's called order cancels order, OCO. And if you place an OCO order on NinjaTrader, I'm not sure if you can do that on TradingView. So let's see here. No, it doesn't give you the option here. Oh, here. No, it only gives you good to the day, good for the day, good for the week. Okay. No OCO order on TradingView. We've got to write to them and tell them that that's what we need. Okay, so that doesn't happen. But let's just take a look at what happened here with the micro S&P and what's going on right now. Recalculate all of our charts. We're on the 4-hour, 1 hour, and 15-minute. And if you take a look here, we are super extended still. Look at how we almost... oh, excuse me. Look at how we almost pulled back below the trend cloud here. Okay. Take a good look at that, guys. Almost pulled below the trend cloud. It did not want to close and recalculate. So what we were expecting, but the direction of our trade worked because we caught this move. We caught the move from here all the way down a little bit past the trend cloud, right? The 50 simple here. So we broke below, but we didn't close below. And because the price didn't close below the trend cloud, it didn't recalculate. It didn't recalculate. So we are still going up. And now we are extremely extended here. This is pulling up into the 9th wave, okay? Here's 7, pulled back 8, didn't quite make it. So actually number 8 is over here. Okay, so this is 8. That's the 8th wave. And we're looking at 9th wave up here. That is the story on the wave count. All right. So super extended. Now, are we in an impulse move or a corrective move in this trend on the high time frame? Just look down on your TrendCloud indicator and you'll see that we are in an impulse stage of this trend. Why is that important? Well, if we're in an uptrend and we're extended, we're trying to look for reasons to go short and catch the reversal of this trend, because we want to get in on this trend at the very beginning, right? So just take a look at look how long this trend is. Okay, don't you want to be in this trend like down here, right at the crossover? So that's what we're looking for. okay? And then once you get into the trend, the very first pullback into the cloud is the most powerful, is the most significant. And look at this. So you get two chances here, getting in on here, and getting in here. Those are the first two best areas to get in on a trend. When the trend becomes extended, look for the reversal in the opposite direction. Very simple. But it's simple if you have everything on your chart color coordinated like this. It's simple if you have a system of following price action. Okay, it's simple if you have TrendCloud on your chart. I don't know any other way to put it. So with TrendCloud on your charts, you'll be able to see all of these trend reversals and take advantage and capitalize on that. So what do we want to see here? Well, we want to see our cycle indicator start to hook down. Okay, we want to see the cycle indicator turn red as it did like up here, right? At the top of the cycle. And we want it to be above this line right here, this 70 line. That is when you know you'll have the strongest signal down. So we want to wait, in this case, for a corrective move to start pulling down. So what are we really looking for? We're looking for a break of this candle. Let's put on the magnet, and we're going to set this whole thing up. We're looking for that. So on the 4-hour chart, we really want to see a break of structure on that candle. Keep it very simple. Keep it all very simple. Okay, so break of structure on the high time frame in an extended trend. That is the first significant break that we're looking for to start looking for the evidence to go short. All right, and that's all part of your process. So when you look at it this way, it becomes a lot more objective. And that is what I like to teach people, how to become more objective in their strategy. If you can become more objective in your trading strategy, you're going to make more money. You're going to lose less money. All right? Let's just put it that way. Because you will take a little scrape on the knee every now and then, right? So you have to survive that. You can't just use one piece of information and base your entire analysis around that. It's got to be, you've got to look at this thing from multiple angles. And those angles are momentum and trend, cycles, support and resistance, multiple time frame analysis, and levels of imbalance, okay? Your supply and demand zones. So supply and demand and support and resistance are two very different things, okay? The trend cloud represents support and resistance areas, all right? And on the highest time frame, they are considered major levels of support and resistance, but only on the highest time frame. Levels of imbalance, like this, rally, base, rally. Okay, this right here is a level of imbalance. This is where buyers came in. And do you notice how this level of imbalance also has a trend cloud component to it, a support level, right? This trend cloud is a support level. This part of the trend cloud is a support level, all right? And so those are two very different things. So the actual level of imbalance, that is where the candles form to show you where buyers came in. A support level is more mass psychology, okay? That's more mass psychology. That is what everybody is looking at. It's usually a moving average, and it's something that everybody sees. And so it becomes like this self-fulfilling prophecy, kind of like Fibonacci retracement levels. All right. All righty. So as of right now, the situation is this. We're impulsing up and momentum is up. And we're in an extended trend. So this thing could fall apart at any moment, which is why we don't want to continue going long here, even though everything is lined up to go long. Everything is lined up to go long. We're extended, and that means we're probably not going to have the best asymmetrical leverage, right? Right here, because we are look at where we are, guys. Let's take it from here to here. Do you see what happened here last time? This is where all of the sellers came in the last time. So last time we were in this area. Look at the move. Huge move down. Huge move down. See how we came up here? 5 waves. Here is the candle right here, the pivot candle. All right. Then it went sideways. And this is the daily chart now. 1, 2, 3 days it went sideways between the lower part of the candle and the upper part. Now, once we broke structure on that, look what happened. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, right? You can't make this stuff up. When you've got TrendCloud on your chart, it's going to show you where the best time to get in on the majority of the trend. So you would have to have had the patience to stay out of this. Trend is extended. Here's your pivot candle. Wait for that break of structure. Look what happened. On the 4th day, right? 1, 2, 3, 4th day, we break through structure, finally. And then what does it do? It keeps going, and then the return. Here is your pullback. Okay, here's your pullback, right where structure broke. And then the big move down. Okay, we want to get in on situations like this. And it's the same pattern over and over again, guys. It's the same pattern. Look what happened here. We came up. Here's your pivot candle right here. It's not extended. In fact, it just made a move to the upside after this big move down. Pulls back. Pivot candle. Where did it break structure? Right there. Broke structure to the downside, and it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days to pull back and hit that level, right? That level became resistance, big move down, right? Pulls back into the cloud. Right here's your pivot candle right here. Breaks through that, where is it? Right here. Breaks through that pivot candle. Okay. Deep pullback this time, but it doesn't break above. It does not break above. And what do you get? You start getting TrendCloud signals. Do you see how this is the pullback for the first time into the cloud? That makes this the most powerful. All right. That makes this right here the most powerful pullback. Break to the downside. So now what we're doing is we're returning back to this area right here. Right there. All right. So I've boxed out that pivot candle, hit it once, big move down. Now we're hitting it again. And on the 4-hour chart, we're very extended. Okay, now, if this decides to pull back into the trend cloud, we have a very good chance of making the move up, right? Because this will be the first pullback on the daily chart. What do we have? Right here. On the daily chart, we've got a rally-based rally right there. Okay, now we also have this, right? Let's make that a little bit more. We also have this right here. I like that as well. So we could pull back deep, really deep on the daily chart there. Or we can pull back to this right here. This is closer, and it's got a TrendCloud component to it. So let's take a look and see what does that look like on the 4-hour chart. Okay, on the 4-hour chart, that does make sense. Do you see how we're constantly superimposing trend on top of trend? We're constantly doing that. We're constantly superimposing trend on top of lower time frame trends. This is pretty much going sideways here, right? This is pretty much going sideways. So if we look at, let's say we look at the 1-hour chart. All right. Once we start looking at the 1-hour chart here, we're cycling down. We just broke through structure right here on that pivot candle. This candle has to close below the pivot candle. So that we have another 40 minutes about. We've got another 40 minutes to see that this closes below the pivot candle. And then we have to look over here and see if it's following that same pattern. If we look on the 1-hour chart, do we have anything over there? Let's take a look. Yeah, we got all this. Where are we at? All right, it went through it. So we've got some very powerful forces here. Where is that line at? Whoops. Let's see. Okay, so we know we're in this thing. Broke past that, turn that gray, and now we're up in here. So there you go. Now we know we're hitting a level of resistance as well as a supply zone. So we're in a supply zone right now on the higher time frame. So you see how we went from that high time frame to a lower time frame to a lower time frame. That's what I want you guys to get used to doing. I want you guys to get used to doing that because that is how you talk yourself through the trade. So that being said, some people will just go short up here, but that's really not enough information, is it? It's really not enough information. You're just saying, "Oh, we've got a supply zone here. Let's go short." You can't do that because you've got the potential of this happening, right? We want to take ourselves out of that situation. We don't want to be in that situation. We want to be in a situation where this thing comes up into here, right? Pulls back, makes some kind of a move, and then does this. That pattern is what we're looking for. This is the pattern we're looking for right here. All right. Until this happens, we're just watching. We're just watching this thing. Now, what else could happen? Well, we need to see this start to cycle down, and we need to see momentum start turning red. Okay? Everything's got to start hooking down and turning red. CCI indicator needs to do this. When you have this pattern and you have these indicators showing what they're showing, now you can start looking for the trend reversal. All right, that is this entire system in a nutshell. So very, very important, very, very important to understand that. I'm going to post this in the chat real quick for you guys. If you want the instructions on how to do this, I will post that in the chat for you. Let me go grab that real quick. Go to the docs here. And I'll give you that trade plan. Here you go. And I'll post that also for everyone over here on YouTube. There you go, YouTube. All right. Very good. Okay. All right. So let's continue and let's take a look here. Let's go over to let's go over to gold, guys, because gold is already open. It is almost 9:30 here. Gold is almost open, or gold is already open. Let's clear the chart. 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minute. All right, and let's turn on the opening range breakout tool. $15-minute. There we go. So today gold broke out to the downside. Interesting. We're in an uptrend, right? We are in an uptrend, a very strong uptrend on both time frames here. But we are cycling down, and momentum is also just about crossing over. It's just about to cross that negative 100 line on the CCI indicator. Okay, but we're in the trend cloud, so we're meeting resistance here. So with this type of momentum, you're breaking out to the downside. What is this looking like? Well, it's looking like a bear trap, isn't it? Drop base rally. There's your bear trap there. Um, we have not crossed the negative 100 line as of yet. So the trend is up. We've got that momentum component, and we're also cycling up on the middle time frame. We're getting some TrendCloud signals here to go long. You've got a good chance of this holding. The only thing you're fighting against is this right here, cycling down, momentum down on the high time frame. So, we've got some mixed signals. There's really, I'm not liking the fact that this is so super close, right? I would have taken this trade if it was more like this. Price came down to that 0 line and then started to hook back up, right? I don't like the fact that this came all the way down, to here. And we're cycling down, and momentum is down on the high time frame. Right? We have the potential with that type of momentum to the downside. We have the potential for this happening. You see how easy it is to decipher that? Very easy to decipher that. Whether we're right or wrong doesn't matter. That is part of the plan. So when we see that plan, that's what you want to go with. And again, I'll say it again. It doesn't matter if we're right or wrong on this particular trade, because the majority of the time we're going to make money on our plan. So that is why it literally does not matter if you're right or wrong. I know that's hard to believe, but if you go to Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, he talks about this. And he says, whether you're right or wrong doesn't even matter. Think about it. If you go to a casino, does the casino care if you win or lose? They don't. They don't care, because the games are favored for the house, right? Because of the rules. The rules are in the house's favor on all the games. So eventually they make the money back, right? Well, that's what we're doing here on the trade plan. We've back tested a trade plan to know that the majority of the time it makes money. The majority of the time it makes money. So that's what you have to rely on. So whether you're right or wrong, it doesn't matter. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. The trade plan works and makes money. So you just have to understand that you've got to use this. You've got to do it the same way every single time. You've got to trade this thing the same way every single time. All right. So that is gold, and that's a no-go for me today. What is going on with silver here? Gold is the U contract. We've got to update our silver here. Let's go over SI, silver futures. I think we're on the new contract here. Let's take a look. SIF. No, not yet. Huh. Let's go back. Silver futures. Not yet. We're still on the Z contract here. Still on the Z contract, but very low. Why that is very low. Very low volume on silver. Platinum even has more. That is bizarre. What is going on there? Morning, Chris. Hey, good morning. What is that hitch? Oh, gotcha. Okay. No problem, man. No problem. And you're only in the hundreds on the micro. That is really weird. Yeah, look at all of that. Mouse tracks. So we can't trade silver. Let's go over to platinum. Clear the chart here. Okay. Ah. So platinum, 4-hour uptrend, deep pullback on the 1 hour, but still in an uptrend, cycling up. Momentum is down, unfortunately, cycling down. So we've got mixed signals there as well. But look what's happening here. The 15-minute chart went down to the 7th wave, right? Went down to the 7th wave, right into this right here. Okay. And it's breaking back up. So we know that we're going to be breaking above that trend cloud here to recalculate and probably just go sideways or continue the move up. This is a really strong rejection candle on both the 1 hour and the 4-hour chart here. So how much was that? How expensive was that? Just made it. We just made it. And you have, until here to really, so the asymmetrical leverage was there. So we had asymmetrical leverage here to take this trade, right? And it would have been, here's the full, right? So if we had it right here, look at how we would have just missed this trade, because we needed to take that structural stop on this zone here. And we say, well, maybe we can retest this area, and it did. It came in, it hit, but it missed our mark, or it missed our entry, because the entry was $265, and that's over our limit. We can only trade 200 and under. So in that case, it would have missed. And we're almost there at that, we're almost at our target. Right? So what is this thing going to do? We don't really know. We don't really know what this is going to do, right? But we can use our analysis to figure out approximately where this is going to pull back to and make some kind of a move. Okay. Let's go over to copper. Well, copper as well. Well, there's really no volume on copper, so not going to be trading copper. But what is going on with it? Uptrend on the 4-hour, uptrend on the 1 hour. Cycling down, momentum down. Mixed signals. Cycling down on the 1 hour. Momentum is still with us, right? We still have momentum to the upside. We've just pulled back into that blue shaded area. Is this going to make a move up? Well, we can wait for that cycle indicator on the lowest time frame to start hooking back up. we would want it to break below here and start to hook back up. So you can see how we could use all of this as information every step of the way. But we just have very low volume and low volume and mixed signals. So no good. We don't want it. Anything under 20,000, I would be cautious of. Gold. Okay, let's go back to the micro S&P here. What is going on? Still breaking to the upside. Okay, so you see how one piece of information, right? We broke through this. Let's get rid of it. Do you see how just one piece of information is not enough? Because this could rip through all of this. So we're really high on the curve. We're in that market edge. We're in that market edge, and we're waiting to see, this pattern here, something like this take place. And we want this to break below negative 100. So as for today, this right here is the pivot candle for today. The pivot candle is forming on the 4-hour chart. And we want to see a break below, go to that magnet right there, right? That's almost where we drew our line. So until the 1-hour chart breaks through this, we are sitting on our hands. So we want to see this. We want to see a pullback somewhere into here once we get past it. So once we break through this structure, we want to see a return somewhere in that area for the big move down. It would be nice to get in up here, if you wanted to take a small chance, $100 risk or something, by all means, be aggressive. But don't rely on throwing 10 contracts in there and just relying on one piece of information. See, this is just one piece of information that could work. Or would you rather wait for an entire system to be in alignment with each other and then take the trade? Right? You don't have to be first. You don't have to be first. You just have to get in when the moment is right. And that means when your TrendCloud system is all lined up together. All right, so let's move to the micro Dow. Micro Dow still forming the opening range. And we are majorly extended here. Okay, so here's a situation that we could really capitalize on. Let's take a look on that higher time frame, daily chart. Let's take a look at this. Right here. We've just come into this rally-based drop. If you wanted to be aggressive, can we afford it on the micro? Whoops. We don't want to do it yet. Let's see what would happen. We can, right there. So we can be very aggressive on the daily chart here with one contract. Here is a rally-based drop. Okay, let's see what happens if we take an aggressive trade with just one piece of information. This is very aggressive. Now look at this. Momentum is with us on that high time frame, daily chart. And the daily chart, is just starting its uptrend. But the 4-hour chart is majorly extended. And so we know that we have to get into this trade and make a pullback below the trend cloud here. It's got to pull back below the trend cloud. Interesting. That's very unusual. Very unusual to be able to take a trade like that on the daily chart. Okay. So let's let that run. We're starting to cycle down. Momentum is flashing back and forth from red to green. We're even extended on the 15-minute chart. We're extended on that 15-minute, and look at that rejection candle. Very interesting. On the opening range breakout, if we make a move to the upside, here we go. Let's see if we can get into this trade. We might get something like a 10 a.m. reversal signal. All right, so we have that set. It did hit that pivot candle, and we did break below that pivot candle, cycling down. All right. Momentum is still to the upside. We don't have that momentum shift yet. Hang on 1 second, guys. All right, there we go. Opening range breakout has formed. And let's see if we can retest this area up here. Back down. NASDAQ. NASDAQ is breaking through structure. So look at how the NASDAQ became extended. We caught that move all the way down below the trend cloud here. So we captured this move, and now it's recalculated and moving up. Okay, now we're extended We're extended on the 15-minute chart, so let's take a look and see where we are on this 4-hour. Go out to the daily. All right. Daily still has room to go from here to here. So we're actually in this high time frame demand zone, supply zone, I mean. High time frame supply zone. This is the highest that we've been in a while. A lot of momentum on that daily chart. Momentum cycling up. Looks like it's going to rip through that supply zone. It looks like it's going to rip right through that supply zone. Breaking out to the upside. Obviously, on a small time frame like this, you don't want to be going long. You want to wait for some pullback and look at all these support levels we have down here. Got a lot of support levels down here, and they're all in alignment with that 1-hour uptrend. Watch how I draw this, guys. I want to show you how I draw this. Yes, absolutely. I'll take a look at Bitcoin. Look at all this in here. Look at all that in here. Previous day's high. So if we get a pullback into that zone, into that previous day's high, we're going to be inside of a drop-based rally on that 1 hour and pulling back into this consolidation here. This consolidation broke structure to the upside. Drop-based rally here as well. So I think what this is going to want to do, it might not break through all of this. It's going to start to reverse here, pull back, and then make some kind of move to the upside. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin and then BABA. Use Coinbase. Okay. Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Bitcoin here. Recalculate the charts. Take off the opening range tool. And let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now, obviously, we don't ever want to, you don't want to short Bitcoin, right? We don't want to short Bitcoin. We want to figure out places that we can buy Bitcoin and accumulate Bitcoin, right? So, where do we do that? Well, the best thing, the way to accumulate crypto and accumulate stocks using TrendCloud is like this. On that 1 hour chart, okay, jump over to that 1 hour chart and just focus in on that. Here's the 1 hour chart of Bitcoin with all of the signals. Right now, if you take a look at this, right, where is Bitcoin on sale? Right, it's on sale when the candles turn red. So if you start accumulating Bitcoin every time the candles turn red like this, so to speak, there's a little more to it, right? But look at the profits, right? If you accumulate, right? So if you accumulate as Bitcoin is in the red, or what you can do is wait for the candles to turn red, wait for the downtrend to finish. When does the downtrend finish? Well, when you get the crossover again, right? So here, right here, is where you would accumulate Bitcoin again. Makes a move up, pulls back around that same area, right? It's on sale. Bitcoin's on sale here. Where can we start accumulating it again? Right here. Let me demonstrate using the replay. Let's not go back too far. I don't want to make it that long of a, let's just go back to like here, okay? So you own some Bitcoin, right? And you want to accumulate. And you're looking at this and you're saying, aha, Bitcoin just went on sale. See that crossover signal? Bitcoin just went on sale. Okay, when do we want to start buying? There's a signal to go down again. All right, it's still going down. Bitcoin is still going down. Wow, there's a lot of lag here. Okay, there we go. Bitcoin is on sale. Get a little move up, but we're, wow, there's a lot of lag here. What is going on? There is a lot of lag on this replay. Interesting. Oh, this is my Nabil. This is my TrendCloud indicator. You can the instructions on how to use this are free. I posted that. You'll see a learn.chrisgiuliano.com free trade plan. Go sign up for that. You'll get the instructions on how to use this, and if it looks good and you like it, then you have the option to purchase it. It comes with the course, live mentorship, and the mastermind group as well. Okay, Nabil? So by all means, take a look at it for free, the free trade plan. I show you how to use it. And if it looks good and you like it, you can either just buy the indicator or you can buy the entire system, which can be used on stocks, Forex, futures, everything. Okay. So now it looks like we just got into that that Dow trade, but let's finish up on Bitcoin here. So just watch this, Nabil, right here. You see how the candles are starting to turn yellow? So I programmed this to give us signals as to when the trend is possibly going to transition back to the upside, right? So these are your yellow transition candles. And what you can do is you can draw a little line like this and say, okay, so if we start breaking above structure here, I'll start accumulating Bitcoin again. And boom, look what happens. You get a break above structure and a crossover signal. What does that mean, Nabil? Buy it. Okay? So you buy there and you just bought Bitcoin on sale. Now, pulls back, take a little heat, another signal up. Okay? You're always buying. You're never shorting the Bitcoin. You're accumulating it. So this is a strategy to accumulate Bitcoin for yourself. And this is what I do. Okay? Pulls all the way back. Hey, it's going to do that, right? It's a very volatile instrument, right? Let's just move forward. Pulls back, went on sale again, right? Now people are freaking out. They're like, "Oh, I bought it and now it's going back down." Hey man, don't worry. We know Bitcoin goes up, right? We know Bitcoin goes up. So here you go. Bitcoin's back on sale again. It's back on sale. So when do we start accumulating it? In the same way, in the same manner, right? Yellow candle, transition candle right there. Crossover, buy it. Okay? This is how you accumulate Bitcoin. Going up. Is it on sale? When is it going on sale? Right now. back on sale again, right? It's back on sale. When do we start buying it again? Let's wait for those yellow candles. Bitcoin's pulling back. Now this Nabil right here, this is an extended trend. So not only does TrendCloud show you when the trend is starting to reverse with those yellow candles, it's going to tell you when the trend is extended. There's 5 waves in an average trend. Once you hit 6, 7, 8, 9, now you're super extended and you're really focused on that extended trend. You're looking for the reversal. So you can get a little bit more aggressive. So right here, goes down 5 waves. We pull back into the 6th wave. Get ready for some kind of reversal. There's your 6th wave. We're still getting signals to the downside. It's TrendCloud is still telling us, hey, Bitcoin is on sale. Move forward. Flash of yellow, back to red. Okay. There's your yellow candle. There's your crossover. Buy it. You see how we're accumulating? But we're accumulating Bitcoin at very specific levels. At very specific levels. Move forward. Speed it up. And there we are today. So you see how it's profitable, even though on the pullback, it could go below what you bought it at. It could go below what you bought it at. But remember, we're holding on to Bitcoin for the future. We're investing in Bitcoin. Just like if you were going to invest in, like Hitch wants to take a look at Alibaba, you know, he buys it the same way. That's just how we buy and accumulate stocks and crypto that we believe in. You don't want to short Amazon or Apple, right? It's not worth it. We look for pullbacks and we look to accumulate these stocks and these assets to make us money in the future, right? Because we believe in these companies. So you can see, if you accumulate using TrendCloud that way, you will build up your companies, right? Because we're all shareholders in these companies. All right, let's go over to BABA and let's do the same thing. Let's accumulate BABA using TrendCloud. Go to stocks, Alibaba. Whoa, looks like we were doing some Alibaba talk here. All right, so we're on the hourly chart, and you can see, look, Alibaba is on sale, right? So what we want to do is we want to accumulate Alibaba, right? And now Alibaba, it's definitely on a downward roll here. Let's go out to the daily. So you can see how Alibaba is. And if you believe in Alibaba and you want to buy it and you're looking at this, you know, that's it tends to go down about 7 waves, right? It tends to go down about 7. Here's 7, go sideways, and we're going down, right? Let's look left. Structure leaves clues. You know, here's the low point. Here's the low point of Alibaba. We're almost there. We're almost there. So we can expect some type of turnaround. So if you're looking at option chains, right? If you're looking at option chains, Hitch, and you want to look at the option chains down here in the $64 range, you can wait for TrendCloud to get down there and then start looking for those reversal signals, right? But Alibaba, there's probably better stocks, I would think, to accumulate, because this is I see a lot of red here. I mean, this is let's go out to the weekly. I think you want to look at Alibaba Hitch on the weekly chart using TrendCloud. Use TrendCloud on the weekly chart to accumulate Alibaba, because look, I mean, we've been going down for a while now. That's the weekly, the weekly demand zone. This could very well break through here. So we've got to wait. What's the pattern that we look for? Again, this is what it looks like every single time, guys. You need a low. It's got to make a move. Maybe you get a higher low and that break of structure right there. That pattern right there, guys, is a trend termination pattern. A trend reversal looks like this. Pull back into that area and then a break there. That is what trend reversal looks like. This part here is trend termination. This part is trend reversal, okay? Now, when you're accumulating, you can just look at TrendCloud and start looking at those reversal patterns, and you can see you could have started to accumulate Alibaba right here, but we're making another. It went on sale again, right? This is like a Black Friday sale and then a Cyber Monday sale, right? And then maybe if it gets down here, it's Christmas sale, right? Yeah, it seems to be not doing so well. So you got to look at, with stocks, you have to look at the fundamentals as well, right? Anytime you're looking at crypto or stocks, more stocks, right? Yeah, 60 to 65 area. That's right, Hitch. That's exactly right. So, so Nabil, you see how you can look at stuff with TrendCloud and say, hey, you know what? That looks a little ugly, you know, or you know, I think we really need to look at this particular instrument, you know, on the weekly chart. If we're going to accumulate this thing, if you really want to accumulate a particular stock, and it has very deep pullbacks and it looks messy, go out to the longer chart and put TrendCloud up there. Okay, so you just put TrendCloud up on those higher time frames, and it's going to tell you. Okay, it's going to give you the signals. It's going to give you the signals where to accumulate, right? The trend is extended here. So you don't want to accumulate up here in an extended trend, and you don't want to go short, right? You don't want to short a stock, a big company like that, or Bitcoin or something, right? You don't want to short it. You want to accumulate it for the long run. So your area, right? Here's the crossover. Start accumulating. Pulls back, went on sale, yellow candles, start accumulating just above those yellow candles, right? Boom, here and here. Very simple. TrendCloud color coordinates your charts so that you can see what stocks and crypto you can accumulate. When you get over to Forex and futures, now you can go long or short. You can short futures, you can short Forex, you know, you can do all of that, okay? Hey, let's check out our trade here. Okay, so you see here, go out to that 4-hour chart, and let's go let's look at this. So this is micro futures here, okay? And what we saw was we've got this upward trend, but it's extended. Okay, so this upward trend here is extended on the micro Dow. It's also extended on the 15-minute chart inside of a level of imbalance, right? Right over here. Right here. And on the daily chart, you can see it better. rally base drop. See that? Rally base drop, okay, and big move down. So there's a lot of sellers hanging out in here. So what we did was we took an aggressive trade. It was only a $124 trade. So we took a very aggressive move on this zone. And look what's happening. We are cycling down. This is all on the TrendCloud system, Nabil, okay? This comes with the entire system. So right here, cycling down, momentum is down, right? Coming up into this level of imbalance. So we can take an aggressive trade there and say, you know what? We really want to take a move on this because we know we've got to recalculate on this lower chart and the 4-hour chart. Nabil, just to let you know, when the trend becomes extended and the candles turn ice blue, price wants to do this. It wants to break somewhere below the trend cloud to recalculate. The blue candles, Nabil, is like the gas light on your car going on. So the gas light, you're running out of gas, you got to pull into a gas station and fill up the car. That is the concept right there. Okay, so we know that we're running out of gas. Where's the gas station? Well, it's right here. It's below this green line here. Okay, this is the line in the sand between up and downtrend on your TrendCloud system. Okay, so we're pulling back. We know that it has to do this. Where might the turnaround point be? It might be here in this supply zone. Rally base drop. That is a level of imbalance between buyers and sellers. And the candlesticks make those formations. And I go over that in the course, the full masterclass. You'll see that. And so now we're making a move. So how did we, do we have a crystal ball or no, we're doing technical analysis, right? And if you approach technical analysis with an objective strategy, you'll be able to see stuff like this and capitalize on it. Now we never go above $200 in this room because we're going to assume a $20,000 account. 1%. If you have a $10,000 account or a $5,000 account or even a $500 account, you have to approach this with 1% of your total current account value every single trade, and that's just going to help you. And I produced some data. I've got back-tested data on TrendCloud, and when you sign up, you'll be prompted if you want to see that, and you'll see the data. You'll see the data on TrendCloud. So we found that works the best. 1% of your total current account value will lead to more profits in the long run. Expected good earnings from Black Friday, but we'll have to wait for the report. Yeah, that's the fundamental part of trading stocks. So this is working out very well. This aggressive trade working out nicely, and we really, we want to be able to, take our profit right here, right at that 50, right? Because we know that we could possibly bounce off of this and make a move up. Okay, so it's a little more than a 1-to-1. All right, now if you want to follow this down, because we could get trend reversal here, you could leave this alone and possibly get in on a big move to the downside, right? But like Hitch was saying, if we have good earnings, this is probably going to react to that. The market is going to react to that. So this is a safe play right here. You can take that 1-to-1, or you can just use this, right, and just follow it down candle by candle. All right. What else do we have here? Let's take a look at that. Oh, we didn't look at crude oil. And guys, if you want me to look at anything else, just type it into the chat. Just type it into the chat, and I will pop it up onto the screen. Crude oil. I'm telling you, man, I think crude oil wants to get back to $70. Okay, see crude oil pulling back, hitting that bottom part of the trend cloud there. Trend cloud is always going to be support and resistance levels, right? So you want to, the idea in this style of trading, the idea is let's find a level of imbalance, like a supply zone or a demand zone, and make sure it has a trend cloud component inside of it. So now you've got a level of imbalance with a support and resistance component, which is trend cloud. Then you can use momentum. Make sure your momentum is lined up. Your timing indicator, right? Your cycle indicator. You're looking at wave count. So you see how we're putting all of this stuff together. It works as a system, right? You've got trend, momentum, you've got cycles, you've got support and resistance, you've got multiple time frames, and you've got your levels of imbalance, your supply and demand zones. Okay, so those 6 components are what make up the trend cloud system. And it's a very objective way of reading price action. So think about that. If you have a visual representation of price action on your chart, you can apply any strategy you want to that. But if you don't understand, let's see, trend is going up on this time frame, but it's going down on the other time frame, and what does this momentum mean again? You're going to confuse yourself. You've got to have that all written out in a plan, and I've got that already done for you. Okay, so rather than write all that stuff out, use the trade plan. Okay, and then if you want to own the system, the trend cloud system, it's yours forever, right? So if you purchase the system, you've got the system forever. There's no monthly fee attached to it. I never liked that. I never liked renting a system. I never liked that. I want to buy it. I want to own it. And it's also completely adjustable. Okay. So if you want to adjust the trend cloud components, you can do that simply by double clicking onto it. And here are and I show you how to do that in the course as well. Because maybe on a particular cryptocurrency, you find that the trend cloud works better when you use different values, maybe the 5 and the 13 exponential, right? Well, then you use that. And you also get the digital trading journal that you can calculate, or I should say document. You can document all of your results. And I show you how to do that as well. So you get a complete system that makes money. I don't know any other way to put it. You just, it's all about that risk management, right? It's all about this number right here. Let me show you. See this number right here? This yellow number? That number right here is the most important number on your chart. Not this one, not the profit one. right? Not this one here. This number. This number. That's the most important number. And I really drum that into your head because the majority, and it's the reason that everybody messes up, even me. Okay, I am completely transparent. When I first started, did I mess that up? Yeah, I did, big time. Because you get confident, and then you're like, well, why don't I just trade 5 contracts of crude oil and I'll make a lot more money, thinking about the profit. You're not thinking about the disaster if it doesn't work out, right? And you just can't do that. Trading is small loss, small loss, small loss, scratch trade, big win. Small loss, scratch trade, small win, small loss, big win. Okay? That's what it really looks like. All right. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense at all? Just let me know if you're understanding all of that. Anything else? Any other stocks, crypto, anything you want to take a look at? Let's go to our stock list here. We've got CRISPR, we've got Apple, Amazon. Let's go over to CRISPR. Let's take a look at CRISPR here. CRISPR is an amazing company, man. This is they bioengineer, they do stem cell research, cloning. They're able to remove particular pieces of DNA that cause cancer. And if you can remove that piece of DNA that causes cancer, my goodness, that's huge. This is what we drew on CRISPR before. We've got this gap up here, this rally-based rally with a gap up. And we're starting to, here's a little classical charting pattern, right? Right, we've got this wedge pattern going on here. Looks like it's popping up, breaking out to the upside. Did it break through structure? A little bit, just a little bit. But the body of those candles, right? The body of those candles are right here. And that's the best way to draw this stuff, is by using the body of the candles, right? That's what we're looking at on CRISPR. Nice little pop up, pulling back down. Momentum is to the upside. See that CCI indicator on that middle time frame? Very, very important. More important than that. Okay, it looks like this. So CRISPR works beautifully with TrendCloud. Accumulating CRISPR on TrendCloud is like next to perfect. Okay, and I don't like saying that because that leads to false expectations, but just look at the hourly chart here. Look at the hourly chart on CRISPR using TrendCloud. Look at how you could accumulate CRISPR. Okay, accumulate here, accumulate here, accumulate here. I mean, you can really do well. We're not buying CRISPR here, right? We're not buying CRISPR here. We're looking at this and we're saying, okay, extended trend. There's your crossover. Start accumulating, right? Accumulate. Here goes down, right? So if we bought it here, we're definitely in the red, but we believe in the company. It doesn't matter, guys. This is an even better price. So you accumulate there. We started accumulating here again. It went down even further. Accumulate again here. Accumulate again here. And then your big payoff. Here's your big payoff, okay? So with stocks, you've got to be patient. You can't get scared out. That's how you make money in the long run with stocks, okay? That's how you make money in the long run with stocks. Amazon as well. We know how powerful Amazon is, right? Well, why don't you accumulate it? Start accumulating Amazon here, 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 right? Deep pullback, right? We get a little blip here, start accumulating, big payoff, right? By next year, this is, it's going to be even higher. And we're on that's how you do it on that 1 hour. You can do it on the daily as well. You can use the daily chart as well, but you can see if you use the hourly chart, you can get in closer to the bottom of that, closer to the beginning of the uptrend, because we're always looking to buy stocks. We don't short stocks, we buy stocks. Let's get rid of all that. All right, let's take a look at some currencies, guys. Let's take a look at some currencies on our green list here. How are we doing? Very nice. So our aggressive trade, right? I love it when a plan comes together, right? I love it when a plan comes together. Let's go over to the currencies and take a look at, let's take a look at the euro. Okay. All right. So here on the euro, it's following our plan, right? So here's let's go to the 4 hour. Extended trend on the 4 hour, pulled up into our supply zone, started hooking down, momentum is down, and look what it did. We even drew it out before, right? We drew this thing out. So we have trend reversal already on the, I think I erased the TrendCloud by accident. Yeah, okay. Let me put that back. Invite only, boom, right there. Okay. There we go. So it did. It broke below. Now we're looking to go short, right? We're capturing this move. We're capturing this move on the euro. Breaking below. We're looking for that crossover. But we've got everything in alignment with each other. Where's this thing pulling back to, right? Well, right, it pulled back right in here. See that? Pulled back right into that rally-based drop. That happened today around 8:30, okay? Nice pullback and making the move down. So what we've got is, we've got this right here, right? For our second pullback, we can get into this. Right here, right? Pulls back into this area. Can go above structure. There you go. So I put my stop loss above structure right here. And if it does pull back into this area, great. We can recapture this move to the downside. But do you see how it broke through right there? See how it broke through this candle on the high time frame? That's a great sign. All right, so it might continue down and start to form other stuff in here to pull back into. We don't know yet. All we know is that if we pull back into here, we're pulling back onto very strong momentum to the downside. So that would be worth taking. That would be worth taking. All right, let's go over to Japanese yen. And there we go. Broke through structure, pulled back, 6, right? This thing is wanting to make a 7th wave up here, possibly. Let's remove. 4-hour chart is up, but momentum is down. 1-hour chart is up, extended trend. Therefore, we know car's running out of gas, right? It wants to move down here. It wants to move down here. And we're getting that shift from momentum being strong to the upside to momentum being strong to the downside. All right. But we have to break below. This is all in the course. Okay, guys. Nabil, if you're still there listening, all of this, I go over all of this in that free trade plan as well for you. So definitely check that out. All right. So what do we want to do here? Well, we want to look for reasons to go short because of this situation, right? We want to capture this below here. It's got to go below here. How do we get in on that? Well, it looks like we've got a nice rejection candle here. We are starting to cycle down, and we are getting signals, right? So we are getting signals here to go short on our TrendCloud. It did pull back. Where did it pull back to? Pulled back into this area. If we get another TrendCloud signal, we can take that. Okay, we can take that to go short there. Now on the Japanese yen, there we go. So we're starting to get that signal, right? We're starting to get that signal. Let's see if we can capture this. Let's see if we can capture this move here. Don't know how far this is going to go. That's going to be, okay, so we don't want to go over 200, right? All right, so can we get another move? You see how I did that? See how cautious I am with this number? This number is more important than this. It's more important than this. We all like to look at this number. Oh, I want that $481. I want that. Well, I'm going to pay attention to this and this. Okay. So this is the peak, right? This is structure here on this pivot candle. You know, can we get a nice little pop up to here, get into this trade to go short? We are getting that signal. We are getting that signal on TrendCloud. So if we do form a TrendCloud signal in the next 12 minutes, what we would do is we would take the trade. We would take the trade below the candle that produced the signal. This is our entry, right? So if this candle right here produces a downward signal, a TrendCloud confirmation entry signal, we would take the trade right below that candle. But we've got some time here. me. We've got about 12 minutes, right? We've got 12 minutes on the Dow, right? Just like we did on the Dow here. Nice, cool, working out very nicely. We took an aggressive trade. We've got our stop loss up here. When this candle closes, we'll have a good idea of what this thing is going to do. But hopefully we can stay in this trade for, for a few days, right? Hopefully we can stay in there for a few days. But do you see how TrendCloud lines everything up for you? It tells me exactly what to do. It color codes all the charts for you so that you can line up your multiple time frames. It's all about understanding what's going on the chart across multiple time frames. This is a price action mapping system that helps you read price across multiple time frames, because that is the most confusing thing to do when you first start out, okay? That's why we built this the way we did, and it works great. I'm super confident with my technical analysis now because I understand how to read price across multiple time frames. That's everything. Think about it. If you don't understand what direction the trade is going in and what roadblocks are ahead, well, how are you going to apply any strategy? Any strategy that you learn requires you to understand price action and multiple time frame analysis. And if you don't, what good is $1 million strategy? If you could pay $1 million for a strategy or for software or something, but if you can't read the price action, how are you going to apply that strategy correctly? All right. All right. Wow. All right. So, man, wish I was in that. Looking for reasons to short the Japanese yen, man. So we are getting that signal. We did break below here. I just hope this doesn't turn into a really long candle. Then that would pretty much negate the trade there. So we have to wait. We got 9 minutes left. 9 minutes left on that. Well, look at that. So you could really make a living just trading one instrument, right? And I mean that's okay. You just when you're able, I would rather have a system that shows me when my charts are lined up, than just to specialize in one contract. I don't really know anybody that actually does that. You can look at one contract and learn off of it, right? But there are some instructors that I don't agree with over at Online Trading Academy. And, I was listening to this one guy and he said, oh, well, you should specialize in just one contract, And I don't know if this guy is really making any money, but I totally disagree with that, because I would rather have a system that filters out. See what I built here, guys? I built a scanning system inside of TradingView. Okay, and this is my supply and demand zone scanner, and I put the contracts in here that I want to focus on. When I see that I've got contracts in my demand zone scanner, this is what I focus on to apply the TrendCloud strategy to. And that's what works for me. That's what works for me. But if you're just looking at one contract, you're just there's not you don't have enough opportunities then um, for big moves. Okay, you can scalp by doing that, and you can look at short moves. But if you don't have asymmetrical leverage, which is what Larry Height, is calling like a 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 5-to-1 target ratio, then you really it's really not worth taking, because you want to focus on where are the big moves taking place. Where are the big moves taking place? So that's what you want to focus on. And that's what makes you money. And we're in this to make money, right? So what I like to do is I wanted to produce a masterclass along with a winning trading strategy, which is TrendCloud. And I wanted it to be a system, an objective way of mapping out price action. So that if you wanted to just trade supply and demand zones, you can just trade supply and demand zones when everything on your TrendCloud system lines up. Great. Now take the supply or demand zone. If you want to trade patterns like cipher patterns or bat patterns, great. Trade it when TrendCloud lines up on your time frames. In forex, people love using Fibonacci retracement levels and extensions. That's great too. Use your Fibonacci extension tool when the trade or when the trend becomes extended and you're pulling up into you're moving prices moving up into a supply zone on a higher time frame, and you've got your Fibonacci extension level at 1.27, or that golden ratio, that 618 golden ratio. Then start to look for that trend reversal signal. But if you don't have a visual representation of that, are you going to be able to see it? So I am all about superior vision. I am all about X-ray vision. I want to see everything on the chart lined up. What do I want to see lined up? Trend across multiple time frames. I want to see momentum on multiple time frames lined up together, right? That is the most common thing to look at. Then I start applying the strategy of cycles. Are we cycling down? Yes. Momentum down? Yes. Momentum down on multiple time frames, crossed underneath that 100, that negative 100 on the CCI. Great. Now you've got everything lined up. Low time frame, cycling down. Great. Okay. Remember, trend, momentum, cycles or timing, support and resistance across multiple time frames, and using number 6, your levels of imbalance or your supply and demand zones, right? And remember, supply and demand is different than support and resistance, okay? Those are components of your system. Those are components of your system. They're different though. So a visual representation of price action is super important to have. Super important to have. And if you don't have that, you just won't be able to apply your trading strategy as effectively. Nice. We're getting that pullback there. So we're getting a signal. So as of right now, 2 more minutes left. So the signal to go short would be right here. The entry to go short would be right here. All right. Can we capture this? If this pulls back a little deeper, we can capture it. We can capture it anywhere in here, as long as it doesn't go past this. So you want your stop loss to be here. And if this pulls back, we don't have, it's not quite past negative 100, but we've got everything else in alignment, right? Pulling back. Now the trend is up. The trend is up on this 4-hour chart, but we are extended on this 1 hour. So your target area is going to be down here. And look what we've got, okay? The potential for this to make a move back up is down here. And that's right inside. So that all makes sense. So this really all makes sense. This is moving down into a demand zone for the next move up, because we have to take the context of the trend on the highest time frame. The context of the trend is on the highest time frame, so that is up. But where is this corrective move going to end? It's going to end at a level of imbalance. Okay, it's going to end at some level of imbalance. So this is what we're looking at here on that high time frame. We're looking at a move to pull back into the trend cloud to make another move up. To make the move up. 2 seconds. All right, so there's your there's your move. Sell, right? And the stop loss would go right above this candle here. Okay. If we can get a nice little pullback up into this area, we'll have enough room to take this trade. If it drops below this, okay, then we can also get into that, and we can put our stop loss above this candle here, about $131. We can even put it above the 50, but if it does come back up to here, we definitely want to get into we definitely want to get into that trade. So we're putting it right there. And let's just see what happens here. Dow trade pulling back up. Little rejection. Still cycling down. Remember, this is an aggressive move here. This is an aggressive move, but we've got plenty of room. Okay, it's only $121. It's worth it to get in on this because it's a major level of supply. But it's working. The trade is working. Are we pulling back up here? We are. Okay, we're pulling back up. Japanese yen is really, it's really weird. It's a very strange instrument to trade. That is the most important number, right? We don't want to go above 200. In fact, I love keeping it below that, keeping it below 200. So if we pull back up into here, we can start accumulating, right? We can start accumulating or shorting, right? We can definitely short this Japanese yen here. So we'll just let that run. All right. Anything else, guys? Anything else you guys want to take a look at? How to apply TrendCloud? Let's take a look at the Aussie. What is this? Let's take a look at the Aussie dollar here. Okay, Aussie dollar, extended trend on the 4-hour chart. We went extended on the 1 hour, and we've recalculated, right? So 1 hour trend has recalculated. It's very possible to get another push up. This would be the 6th wave. Up here, 7th wave, right? Is this going to turn out a 7th wave? Will we make a 7th wave? That is the question. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to call it there. Good trading. Nabil, good meeting you. Great questions. Hitch, great questions. Check out the trade plan there. All of the instructions are on that back-tested and optimized trade plan for TrendCloud. Just sign up for that. Take the free training, and I will see you next time in the live trading room. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.